If you watched my last video on seed starting in a wooden nursery box, today I'm going to show you how to bring that box to the garden and transplant directly from that wooden box and into a garden bed. Hi everyone, I'm Julie DeMacos, also known as the Gardening Girl, and I'm so glad that you can join me. So today we're going to do some transplanting. I'm going to show you how it looks like. I'm going to show you what I've already done so far and how it looks the next day. And I'm really excited to share this technique with you all to make your seed starting and growing experience an easier one. Let's get started. Here's the nursery box in the garden. You can see it right here. And here's the raised bed that I have been planting into. So over here on this side, I had radishes, and you can see there's very few left. They had grown in quite quickly, and I've already pricked out most of them, especially the large ones. And I believe they're still coming up, so this will give me a succession crop, because as these ones are slower to emerge, the ones that I've already transplanted into the bed are growing. So this way I have a bit of a gap between the growth. Also over here, I have lettuces. I have 7 varieties here of lettuce. And the ones that are up are this Butter Crunch lettuce. So this one is ready. You can see the leaves they're still not in their first true leaf, but they are handleable. Over here, I have Cougar Batavian lettuce, and these are also, I could start working on those. The rest are too tiny to get any kind of work done. And over here, it's hard to see, but this Okie Dokie Lolo, they come up purple. So if you could see them, these I may begin to transplant and get them into the beds based on the ones I can handle. They are still quite small, but there are a few that can come out, so I can begin working on them. This is where I transplanted out or pricked out from the nursery box into this bed. Previously, I had transplanted Japanese turnips, and it's been quite hot, and I watered it yesterday. The ground is really dry, so they haven't had a chance to grow much. And I also have a bok choy, and I have the turnips. So bok choy, there are turnips, but I have all these gaps because those take a lot longer to grow, and actually turnips don't take up a lot of space. I've decided I'm going to prick out and put the radishes in between. When you're pricking out, it makes it so much easier to actually put your seedlings where you'd like them. And you can see that this entire section from here onwards, I have transplanted out radishes. Once this fills in, the radishes are well spaced, so I'll be able to harvest them easily. And I've got more Japanese turnips. These are all Japanese turnips there, but I've got a space there. So I thought I'm gonna put my lettuce in that space. So I'm gonna show you how I do that, how I prick out. And I'll talk a little bit more about the hardening off process. Now, talking more about the hardening off process. Hardening off is necessary when you're growing your crops indoors, before bringing them out to the garden, before transplanting out to, the conditions of the outside environment, the sun, the wind, the rain, potential drop in temperature. You need to give your seedlings a period of time to adjust to the outdoors, because the shock of transplant, if you don't do that, if you don't give them the time to adjust, is harsh. And typically that's when failure happens for many people that are seed starting. The impatience of wanting to get them into the garden. I know we want them in, but we've worked so hard, and we've managed to grow them and baby them to a good size that they're ready for transplanting out. So you want to be sure that you give them that time. But the great thing about growing in a nursery box is that you don't need to do that, because these are spring or cold hardy vegetables, lettuces, radishes. The next ones I'll put in here will be beets. Beets will be great in here. They can already tolerate some chill, drop in temperature. So what you do is as I showed in the previous video, and I'm going to post a link right there, what you're going to do is you sow directly into the box as though it's a raised bed, and you bring it outside, and you can keep it outside. And, it basically grows and germinates when it's ready. As it's growing, it's adjusting to the outside temperature, it's adjusting to the wind, to the sun. They're already hardening off as they emerge from the soil, so they don't need hardening off, which allows you to transplant them out to the garden a lot quicker than, taking that additional 10 to 14 days for hardening off. I'm going to show you how I prick out. I'm going to dibble my hole directly in the raised bed as opposed to directly in, a pot, and I'm going to plant them. So let me show you how that looks. Okay. So let's start working on this. It's a little bit hard to see out here in the garden, so I'm doing my best. But we're going to start over here on this side like I would have shown you in previous videos. So you're going to take your dibber. I like to use the thin end. You can also use a little pencil. You can use a little, baby spoon. And just start teasing out on the back. Okay, there we go. Very easy to work with. And there it is. You see that? Look at the root system. Perfect time to work on this. So I'm going to pull one more out, set that aside, and then we'll plant the two together and I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm just going to come out here, continue on this end. Just gently beneath the soil, just play with it there, like you could feel it, the tug. And there's another one. And I'm going to do one more so they're ready. There it is. Straight root, straight down. Now I'm going to flip the camera and I'm going to show you how I transplant that. So we're working with this bed right here, and I've already pre-moistened the bed because it's been really dry here. I needed to water the soil first. And you'd like to do that when the soil is dusty. If the soil is dusty and dry, this doesn't work very well because when you make a hole with the dibber, I'm using this dibber here, when you make that hole, the soil will collapse. So wetting the soil first helps it to listen to you. So let's go. Let's say we put the first one here, okay? Because here's this row of turnips. So I'm thinking I'm going to just continue this, but on a staggered pattern. So I'm going to go right here. First, I'm going to make my hole. Then I'm going to take my little seedling. There it is. And I'm going to just place the seedling into the hole. And I'm doing this with one hand because I really wanted you to see it. And on the tripod, unfortunately, it wasn't allowing me to zoom in. So anyways, I'm doing it like this. But you see how I've just placed it in? You can use your fingers to tap it if you wanted to. Let's make another one. So there's my one. So I'm going to put the next one here. Because let's say this makes, because I like to use the staggered planting method. Let's say the space is here. So that means I want that one to be there, right there. Approximately like that. And then this one will fill out to about this size, and that one will fill to that size, and they will have enough space for each other without crowding. So I'm grabbing my second one. There we go. There's my hole straight in. So I'm going to try to do this with my fingers just to show you how easy it is. There. It doesn't have to be perfect, and that's how it works. We're going to do one more. And I'm going to dibble the hole just for the purposes of this video. Right here, staggered. I'm going to stagger it. There's my hole. I'm going to grab the third seedling. Just take that root and just feed it downwards. So I hope you find that method helpful. I hope you give it a try. And if you do, please let me know. Leave me a comment below. And I will continue on and wish you all a happy gardening day. If you like my video, please be sure to click the like button. Let me know that you watched my video and that you liked it as well. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to be notified when the next video will be up. I'll talk to you all again really soon. Happy gardening, everyone. Bye for now.